No shame here. This may be one of the best segments in our kitchen yet. We're talking chocolates and butter.
And joining us, Sheila G. Maines, the creator of Brownie Brittle. She's going to tell her story about how she got into baking and created Brownie Brittle. Sheila, I am so excited to have you here. And I will say, I remember getting the call from my mom in Ohio who stumbled across Brownie Brittle. And she's like, you got to go to the store. You got to pick this up. And I was skeptical. And I turned out, I absolutely love it. Sheila, welcome. Where did you come up with this fabulous idea?
Well, one, my love of the corner pieces of a brownie.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. And of course, no matter what size pan, there's only 4 corners. So, and then those drippings on the side of the pan, you know, that they're crunchy. So starting with the brownie business and snacking on those drippings every day, it was like, oh my gosh, I love this.
How do we do this?
Yeah, and the people on the line were like watching me, and then all of a sudden I couldn't find any drippings. And I'm thinking, my gosh, the baker's gotten very neat. And one day I went out there a little earlier, and they were out there going, oh, this is so good. And I went, okay, light bulb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it to it. And it's actually better for you too, which I think is makes me feel a little bit better as I eat a whole bag.
It means you can have 2 bags instead of 1.
Yeah. I think any size bag that we have is a single serving. You know, our 16 ounce or 20 ounce, it's all a single serving.
I love it. Hey, congratulations on your new cookbook. What is it? This is your first cookbook, right?
It is.
So what was your goal when putting this together, and what did you really want to share when it came to your recipes?
Well, you know, we post a lot of recipes online on browniebrittle.com, and our fans love them and they want more. So butter and chocolate.
Give them what they want, what we want, right, Natalie? Yeah. So what are you making for us this morning?
Well, you know, one of the popular favorites from the cookbook, one of my favorites, is our chocolate-covered cherry bonbons.
Sold.
And what we do in this cookbook is, in butter and chocolate, is we take this signature recipe, the brownie recipe that got my business started, that came from my mother.
Are you sharing that recipe in here?
I am, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, everyone should have it.
Okay.
And it's simple, and it's a proven winner. I'll show you how to create everything from brownie cookies to brownie truffles to these bonbons. And then, of course, there's recipes using our brownie brittle as a crust. That's going to be on my...
Is this a pumpkin? What is that over here? Oh, my goodness.
Yes. And that's going to be on my Thanksgiving table this year. As
Can we come to your house for Thanksgiving? Can we invite ourselves?
Sure, everybody's welcome. Yes.
Let's say, let's dive in.
Okay, so what we do is you bake the signature brownie recipe, but like underbake it by about 5 minutes. You see how it's very fudgy in the center?
Yeah,
and
I like that.
Yeah, and then I trim the edges. Okay, so you don't have too much, you know, crunchiness in it. And then what you see afterwards. Now, you could either mix this by hand, like jumble it up together. Sometimes I'll just like put it in the food processor and just give it a quick spin, and then just scoop it up.
Can I just say for the record, normally I talk about smells, and people have asked with the whole pregnancy, the smells, usually they're kind of like, some's good, some's bad. This smells amazing, and the fact I can't dive in is probably the most difficult smell I've had to deal with to date here on the Morning Blend. This smells amazing.
I didn't mean to torture you. Anyway, and then roll it in a ball.
Okay.
And then what we do is put it on a little piece of parchment paper and put it in the freezer. It makes it much easier to enrobe. Okay. And I'm going to tell you that I'm a better baker than I am an enrober, but I'm going to do my best here.
It's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
And I was going to say, what is the key to getting, I mean, my husband, I will say, has tried like chocolate-covered strawberries and really struggled with getting the chocolate to stick. What is your secret to making the final step in these? So that the chocolate stays on instead of peeling off with the parchment paper.
No, it really shouldn't. You melt like a cup of chocolate chips, or you could use an enrobing chocolate, and then just add a little bit of shortening or coconut oil. I like to use coconut oil.
Oh, that's a good one.
And is this what they end up looking like when you put them in?
Yeah. So you take like a little chocolate and make a little design on the top.
Oh, there you go.
yeah. So, but anyway, it does help if you put it in the freezer first, and it makes it easier to enrobe.
Okay.
So that's it. Very simple, and I'm telling you, you will impress your friends and family.
Or just bring over a bag of the brownie
You
brittle
have
and you can
impressed
do that.
us by, I mean, your stuff is absolutely fabulous, let alone
you.
this recipe.
Thank
I'll say,
you.
and this is the toughest question probably. Do you have any favorites in the recipe book?
You know, I think the cookie dough brownie recipe, and it's on the cover. I made sure it was on the cover. And actually, that recipe, that dessert, was the #1 selling dessert at MGM Studios for, I don't know, 3 years in a row in the 1990s.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm really proud of it,
Yeah,
and I'm
should
so
be.
thrilled to share it with everyone, and yeah.
Well, and that's what I love, because oftentimes, you know, chefs and, you know, they don't want to share, but that's what you're doing. Yes.
And you know, and it can't be complicated either. You know, who has time for that?
No.
So everything in there is simple. There are ingredients that you have in your pantry: chocolate chips, flour, sugar, vanilla, butter in the
stuff.
refrigerator.
All right, we're out of
thank
time. Can you come back
you.
every day?
Yeah.
Every day. All right, so we'll just make a little bed here. Okay. Thank you, Sheila.
Someplace for my laptop. I'm good.
All right, up next.